Hey Soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at your love life in the next year, what to expect and what to prepare for. To do this reading, I will be pulling out 3 cards from this deck. If you of course prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box. Okay, so let's go ahead for pile 1. This will be the card. This will be pile number 2, and this shall be pile number 3. Let's see what we have for pile number 1. You've got Gemini with curiosity. These are just astrological cards. The astrology section, picking by your signs, will be up next. But nonetheless, we've got Gemini with the keyword curiosity. Here we've got Aries with immediacy. And for pile number 3, we've got Chiron with healing. If you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, then let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you've got the Citrine. For pile number 2, you've got the Carnelian. And for pile number 3, you've got the Labradorite. There we go. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and this will be the pile for you here today. In case you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition. You might just understand through the 3 what your love life is going to be like in the next year. You are the only one who will be able to understand how the different piles speak to you as you listen to them and how they fit in your life. That is the magic of tarot readings, and you might get the predictions as well as what to prepare for in every pile that you're drawn to. So once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. Please note that if you wish to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, I will be adding these in a moment. But if this is something that you do not prefer, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. So if you prefer to pick your piles using your signs, then my dear soul family, welcome to this part of the introduction. It has been created specifically for you guys. And in a moment, I will be drawing out 4 signs for each pile, given that we have 3 piles today, of course. Okay, so let me scoop out. Let's go one more time. Let me scoop out. There we go. The signs for the first pile. How many do I have? 3, 4. Right, let me scoop out the next. And scoop out the final 4 for pile number 3. Okay, so let's check out our piles. For pile number 1, you've got the signs Aquarius, Gemini, Leo, as well as Scorpio. For pile number 2, you've got the signs Virgo, Libra, Capricorn, as well as Pisces. And for pile number 3, you've got the signs Sagittarius, Aries, Taurus, as well as Cancer. So these are the signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I highly recommend you check out the 3. Alternatively, of course, if you prefer to pick your piles using any other placements in your chart, feel free to do that. These are just different suggestions and different ways to make it more enjoyable for you to pick your pile. But what resonates with you at the moment is the right way for you. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. Hey pile number 1, welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at your love life in the next year, actually starting from now up until the next year. What can you expect? What would you like to prepare for, as we will see from the guidance in your cards. So these are the decks that I'll be using. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them down in the description box. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Citrine. Your significator card is the wisdom aspect of Gemini with the keyword curiosity. It says what to do with a golden key. Very interesting. And of course, if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are, okay, we'll take these for sure. Ooh, look at the 2 of Cups starting right away. Okay, so if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, in that case, the signs for this pile are Aquarius, Gemini, Leo, and Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their pile as well. Okay, so the way I'm planning to do this reading is to put everybody into consideration. Some people listening here are single, some have a crush, some are already in a relationship, and maybe some have left a relationship. So I'm just going to be reading the energy. If something is like really focused on it, for example, being super new, then I'm going to say it looks super new. But if it can be read in different ways, I will then say, look, this pile is giving me single, but also relationship. If you are coming out of the relationship, it doesn't look like this may be your pile, so check another pile. So that's how I'm going to approach it, knowing that everybody listening make sure they get their message, which is something I do in every reading, in every way. If this is business, then this is that. If this is your goal, if you're a student, I always do that. So making sure everybody listening, because I'm translating energy at the end of the day. So the situation itself is not really set in stone. Okay, so that disclaimer out of the way, let's check out your oracle cards first. I feel like they popped out, so I'm gonna keep them with the significator card. That's what I'm gonna do with these tarot cards. All right, so you've got Entitled Prince, and I'm just thinking where to put it. I'm gonna put it here. You've got Thoughts. As well as the rune Awaz. Interesting, with endurance, stability, and spiritual journey. Okay, can I fit it like this? Yeah, we can do that. All right, let's pull out your tarot cards. So you've got the 9 of Cups. You've got the Lover's card, interesting. Two of Cups, Lover's card. One thing I can tell you, there's definitely love activity going on in your year. How it's going to be, I don't know, but there's definitely a lot of activity in that area. And so it's not like a year, for example, where we would say not much is going on. There's definitely a lot going on. You've got the Four of Cups. You've got the Sun cards. You've got the Ace of Cups. And the Eight of Swords. This one also came out, so I'm going to place it there. What do we have? The Knight of Cups. Interesting that it actually came there, because look at the offering here that you're not expecting. So what are we seeing? What are we seeing? May I ask the cards, before I start analyzing, who is the entitled Prince card referring to? The Knight of Wands, right? And okay, and who's the Knight of Wands in this situation? Oh, okay. Right, thanks. Interesting. Yeah, that's what I see. And that's what I'm gonna tell you. So I see two situations. You're either already in a relationship or you are single and not in a relationship. These are the two energies. You could also be in a crush. You know, that person could already be present as a crush as well. Yeah. Yeah, I see most energies in this pile. So what am I seeing? I am seeing someone very curious about you, wants to know a lot about you, and it seems like during the year they will be trying to unlock your interest as well as unlock their curiosity about you, because it seems like you have the energy of someone thinking a lot about you constantly. This is someone who's dreaming about you here, for sure. This person is also in a very tough situation. So you can see their energy here. And that's, of course, their energy doesn't have to be masculine. It could be masculine or feminine. These are just energies in the card. But I see that from them we can understand that they will really like you, or they will have a lot of emotions towards you, whether this is someone who's already there or not. And I also see that there's something laying very heavy on them. And it looks like because they have to deal with or endure with the Awaz rune. And that's a big situation. Do you see the life tree here? It's going to take us to the Ten of Pentacles in a moment, because that's the Ten of Pentacles does have the life tree in it. And so it's definitely taking us there. And you can see that they have to deal with someone in the family who is perhaps somehow acting entitled a little bit, or maybe a lot. So they're enduring something in their personal life that has to do with entitled energy a lot, because the person that I'm seeing in your energy field is pretty wealthy. And I think they have a lot of pressure from their family. Is it their family putting pressure on them because of their generational wealth? Is it someone they left behind? Maybe they were already married and they had a family with them, but things didn't work out and they're still putting pressure, kind of thing, maybe. Something in the family, one way or the other, is putting pressure on them. And yeah, these are the two energies. When this person is asked about relationships, they would say something along the lines of, oh my God, I have a crush on someone. They are amazing. But at the same time, when it comes to relationships, I think I have the troubling or heavy relationship with, I don't know, my family, my parents, my ex, something like that. And I genuinely don't know how to deal with it, or I'm trying to figure out how to deal with it. So that's reading the energy of this person. It's the Two of Cups and the Ten of Wands. These are the two energies that you may be encountering with someone this year. Now, this person comes across as thoughtful, as well as someone who will be thinking a lot about you. They deeply care about relationships, whether the existent ones in their lives or the ones coming. They have strong values there. Because with the yew tree of the Ehwaz rune, I believe it brings them a lot of tranquility. They love the family life, it looks like it. They love the stability of the family life. They find a lot of comfort in having a home with family. They love that. And it looks like, if I were to guess, reading their energy, it looks like as much as this energy brings them a lot of joy in life, it is also an energy in which spiritually they will be enduring some difficulties until they heal one thing or the other pertaining to it. I'm not sure. But that's the energy of this person there. Loves the family life, loves to find the right person, loves a beautiful family. That's what they're wishing for. And this year, it seems like they're thinking a lot about you. And you can see a shift here in the Lover's card, making a different choice. They're leaving someone behind who's not too happy about their shift. And I see them focusing, because of the admiration and the thoughts here, focusing now on someone else, focusing on this pile. So, what happens in this year with this person? They will be bold. Look at that. They will be offering some love to you. There's a huge offer here with the Ace of Cups. It keeps appearing. They will feel so positive about it. This card gives us dual energy. It gives me the energy of you and them and how positive your life is going to be like. I also have another third message. And the second thing I see in this card is their children, or maybe your children as well. Who knows? Because I don't know your story exactly, but I do know that there's a family involved. But I can't just think that the family means their small family. It could be their parents or generational, like a bigger family. So there's children somehow involved, but they're very positive, sweet children. And also there is the inner child of you and them having a beautiful time together this year. But the Eight of Swords does show us that there is, in fact, some trickiness to your connection, although beautiful this year. Not one that's meant to hold you, but you see, it's the mind. So there is some figuring out to do. Nothing like, ooh, let's love each other, but let's not be committed kind of thing. Although, you never know. But I'm not really seeing it like that. As I said, this person seems to be very focused on family. Who knows? We'll find out. I'm not going to be headstrong on one direction or the other. But we have your significator card as curiosity, as a guide all about asking questions, which I'm going to read to you in a moment. And for this reason, I don't think your guides are guiding you to ask questions and to be curious and to think of what to do if this is not a good situation, right? But I will leave that type of discernment to you. what I'm seeing in your cards is, let's read the significator card first, and then I'll tell you what I see. It says, what to do with a golden key. Instead of getting stuck in one room, it's important to try unlocking doors. The golden key is your curiosity. Use the power of curiosity to unlock subjects of interest, ask questions, seek out inspiration, and be open-minded. I would say this is actually saying, now I see a different perspective. This is saying, use the power of discernment. I think everyone listening to this pile will have a different story. I think that's the right thing to say when looking at your pile. So in any case, whatever the intention is, whatever is going on with this story throughout the year, you're greatly guided to be bold, to ask questions, to unlock subjects of interest. Like, don't sit around guessing, feeling shy about asking important questions. Don't guess, don't fill in the gaps yourself. If this is something special going there, you have the right to ask questions that affect you. And so your guides are saying, be open-minded. Yes, of course, as you seek out this information, have a broad mind. But having a broad mind does not mean shifting from one side to the other. That's not being broad-minded, open-minded. Open-minded just means you're able to hold the different ideas and directions and truths of each person's side all at the same time, not disregarding what's important to you or them. And to see from that perspective if that is a situation that you like or not. Maybe it's brilliant. You just need to think of ways to make sure that it works for you and for them. Maybe you will go, these are too entitled, I don't like that. Or maybe, if there's an entitlement here, I feel like these are my boundaries when it comes to that energy. If we can keep that relationship would be awesome. So I'm not going to be saying what to do. In fact, not even your guides are telling you what to do. They're saying that there are so many things that you're gonna love. Oh my God, the emotional fulfillment with 9 of Cups. That's why I want to be careful. There's a lot of 9 of Cups and the Lovers and the 2 of Cups. I mean, there's a lot of love going on for sure. It's positive. It feels so good. You feel free and playful, and it's just wonderful. In fact, you might even feel like at some point it's going to feel so good that you might catch yourself saying, oh my God, I don't think I'm ever going to find someone like that, because it says le voyage à travers l'impossible, which means a trip through the impossible. I feel like it has a double meaning. Either it means that you're together going to go through the impossible and make things happen, although it did look a little bit difficult, which we will expand on that in a moment. But it could also mean what I'm intuitively picking up on. Oh my God, this feels so good. I don't think it's possible to find someone that makes me feel like that. Maybe it's an energy of like a soul partner or something. In any case, whether this or that, I definitely see your guides saying, always make sure you ask questions, you think well about situations. Perhaps it will be the golden key to help you unlock it. Or it may be the golden key to allow you to close it once and for all and move on. So this key is up to you, and the key lies in the questions. Ask, discern, think, and do the right thing for yourself. These are the 2 types of energies presented on the table. Now, I'm going to expand on the 8 of Swords. Let's get more information on that. Well, this has already been shuffled. Let's pull out some cards and see why there is like stuck energy. We have an idea here, something about their entitled family to be specific, but let's see. There's a huge offer this year. Like, please love me. If you maybe lift each other's, like, please love me back, please come back. If this is a new person, you get the idea. There's definitely someone asking you out or asking you to be together. We're showing you a lot of love. Right, so what's the Eight of Swords? Oh, I keep, right. So you've got the Seven of Pentacles. Just trying to create space. Ah, I see what I did. There. The Six of Pentacles. Well, I see a card splitting there, so I'm gonna take that. And you've got the Eight of Cups. So we're expanding on the Eight of Swords situation. What is the Eight of Swords situation? We do see growth like a tree here. So it looks like this person has already something growing there. Again, you know, we talked about that. Either they're bigger family or smaller family. And it seems like they are the provider, you see, especially to children that they care about a lot as well. So I think it's a tricky situation because there are children involved and they left this family. So they have to be present. And in order to be present, this other family is acting entitled. Right. So how, in what way exactly? Like I can see entitled and family. I can do the math. But I still want the cards to show us what will you see it as? Like, how will it exactly affect you? Page of Pentacles. First of all, it's a new situation to you. Or maybe you're seen as the newcomer. Five of Cups. Okay, there's a split here for sure. Five of Wands, two fives. Yeah, I like to tell you the truth, guys. So you're the newcomer. And so you're causing a lot of pain to this entitled person who is very clear in the cards here. Maybe doesn't like the fact that there is a new person because, as you can see, it's like they're looking at this person with money eyes. You know, it's like they don't want, see, because here's the Page of Pentacles. They look at you as the newbie who will take some of their money somehow, or some of whatever is valuable. It doesn't have to be money, of course. It is the Pentacles, but some form of resource that is valuable to them. Maybe the ex wants more time, not necessarily more money. Maybe the ex wants more time, and maybe the ex is jealous and feels like it's they are their resource and doesn't want anyone else to be with them, even though they are not together. We don't know, but most likely it does look like it is a money situation. Or for some of you, it's like, I don't want to share this person with someone else, even though we're not together, still don't want that. So it's really hurting this other person, the Five of Cups. And so this will lead with the Five of Wands to competition and struggles, and like their energy obviously is going to reach you, and to some degree you're going to feel like you're stuck in this struggle that you don't want to be in. Obviously they're crossing their boundaries. Maybe you are so in your boundaries, like you don't want to cross your boundaries, and you're making sure you do that. Very civil person, of course. But maybe the other person is not like you. So how do you how do you think about the situation is what your reading is preparing you for. How can you prepare for all of this? Make sure you don't get stuck in one room. You don't have to be stuck in a situation you don't like. So it's either you ask questions and you figure out a way that is 100% comfortable for you, something that you can do. Yes, compromising without compromising yourself. If you feel like, oh my God, that's an amazing person, I can compromise in like not seeing them Saturdays, that's not a huge, unless that's important for you. I'm just trying to explain that it's okay to compromise, but it's not okay to compromise on yourself. That's all I'm saying. So you're not stuck, is what your reading is saying. See, instead of getting stuck in one room, you see, it's important to try unlocking doors. What are doors? Other ways of going about the relationship. If that works, wonderful. If that works for you, these changes, beautiful. Then why leave a wonderful person after all? But if this doesn't work for you and they're an awesome person, then you come first. You really come first, my dear pile number 1. You must have the power to ask questions that you may feel like, oh, I don't want to step my boundaries. No. If this is happening with the 5 of Wands, I believe your cards are saying, that's them saying, not me. They're saying now it becomes your business because you are affected by it. So now you got to ask questions like, I see that this person is doing this and that. I want to kindly ask, what is the issue here? What is this? What is that? I must understand. And these are my boundaries, which I will not go without at all. You are dear to me, for example, but that's not okay. So like, have good conversations. Be open-minded as well to listen to the other side. Don't shut off quickly before you understand the situation better either. Like, hold the two energies at the same time, and then from there make the best discernment. You've got the golden key. This key will be either yay, continue, or goodbye, I'm not going to be part of this. In both cases, you are looking out for you, and that's the most important thing, more than anything else. So back to the reading itself. Now that we understand the situation, you can clearly see that someone, and they're single because they left an old situation. Someone who will admire you this year, fall in love with you, obviously, and they will ask you to be in a relationship with them, ask you out. They will be wealthy, they will be very thoughtful, and they love family. Right, we already discussed that. How it's going to happen? It's going to happen as a surprise with the 4 of Cups. Perhaps this person has been watching you from afar. So let's ask that question, actually. So since this is a surprise for you, how does this person... Oh, we've got the Sun card, actually. That answers it. The Sun card shows that you are highly visible. You shine bright, at least to this person, like the sun. So maybe they watch you out and about. Voyage, could be maybe they see you during a trip. Maybe you're going on a trip in 2025 or any year you're watching that, of course. This is timeless. Maybe some of you are going on a trip and they will see you there. This trip may even be overseas, by the way. Very specific, but it's there. Doesn't have to be. Maybe you are going somewhere sunny and they will see you there. But we can ask. So let's ask. That's what I'm seeing through the Sun card. Oh, one more card. But we can definitely ask. That's the last question that's missing in this reading. How will they see you with the surprise here? Whoa. Queen of Pentacles. You're like, this person's really gonna like you. There's something about your aura that has to do with independence, you looking out for yourself, independence, knowing how to achieve your dreams, how you look, of course, and how you take care of yourself, shows in your aura, shows it's very strong. You've got the Ace of Swords. Your mind. In that case, it means this is not just them seeing you, this is them having conversation with you. They will find you to be alert, intelligent, clear in your communication, out there, not afraid to speak up. Yeah, and highly intelligent, educated as well. Emperor, wow. Some of you are in a very big position. So there's something about your work, your title, your business maybe, that stands out. It shows your power. So does that mean that they're going to meet you in business? That's a good question. Let's find out. Three of Wands, I told you, you're going to meet them in some trip. If you're not traveling next year to go anywhere, then this simply means during commute, right? During commute. Nine of Pentacles. I think you might meet them somewhere fancy. Somewhere where you are both enjoying your time. It's very likely that this, and it simply could mean like you're commuting and you meet them in front of a fancy hotel, for example, or in a fancy place. But there's fancy here for sure. I have a feeling they're wealthy, you're wealthy, or at least you're doing well in life. For sure, you're doing well. Look at all of the money and the pentacles appearing in your reading. So there's something fancy here. Maybe if you're not making money yet, this could be like foretelling you that you will be making a lot of money next year. You'll be doing well off. So that's another thing to consider. But the energy of wealth and luxury is there. It's there in this pile. You've got the King of Wands. My God, the amount of power exuding from you. Well, this person definitely sees you as powerful, someone who is happy all on their own, intelligent, they got their lives figured out. Maybe a lot of you travel a lot, intelligent. They're very impressed about the way you go about life. They love that about you. So we do know that there is a conversation. Oh, hold up. I was asking, how will you meet them? So sorry. Yes. Until here we were doing, you're going to meet them during a travel or a commute. You're going to meet them in a fancy place. You are going to meet them for a conversation of some form. We understand now what this conversation is. Emperor, King of Wands. It looks like two people in a powerful position discussing things. This seems very businessy, to be honest with you. So maybe all the pentacles and the Emperor, King of Wands, I must say this looks like for most of you, this looks businessy. So why are you talking business in travel? Oh. Well, fancy pile one. It looks like you are going to travel for business next year. And I'm not even going to say, some of you. I think a lot of you, whether this is going, it might not even be like a country overseas, by the way. This could be traveling to the city right next to you. Something that you might need commute, obviously, but doesn't have to be like for days or like long hours. Some nearby area that may require 2, 5, 6 hours commute. One thing, something maybe that you can do in the same day and come back. But there is travel. There is travel. We can't deny it at this point. There's travel, and there is travel for business talks. and there is where you're meeting somewhere fancy. There's clear discussions like, this is my part, this is your part, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And through this serious, very serious conversation, I feel like this person will really like you. I think they'll go home and go, ooh, wow, who is this person? Oh my God, did you see how intelligent they were? Did you see how they do this? I love that about this person. This person will obsess about you. So happy we asked. But we have one more card when it comes to how are you meeting this person. It's not just over yet. 3 of Swords. Oh, don't tell me. Really? For some of you, there's an extra detail. It was all on its own. For some of you, this is someone who maybe has met you a long, because there's a relic here, has met you a long time ago. Like, think of a scenario of meeting a classmate, for example, and like meeting them again as you are now older, and going, oh my God, is that you? Oh my God, I can't believe it. So that could be a scenario. So this could be like representing reminiscing, right? Reminiscing. This could be someone from your past who maybe you didn't like back then, but now you like each other. Maybe you didn't start off in the past on the right foot, didn't start off on the right foot. How can I forget something like that? Crazy. Okay, so you didn't start off on the right foot. I think that's how we say it. In the past, didn't maybe talk to each other, but then you get to know each other and you go, actually, that person is actually very nice. Sometimes things start off in the wrong way. And because it didn't start off right, something, I don't know, I'm not a psychologist, but something about this situation, when it appears to be really lovely, it somehow brings some form of endearment, doesn't it? Like, think of the friends we made when we first didn't like them, but then we realized they're such sweethearts, and we're like, oh my God, I didn't like you at first, but you are so awesome. I cannot imagine my life without you. So I don't know what it is, but there's something endearing about something not starting right and then realizing that this person is just awesome. So there's something about that for some of you. This card was not on the table with the rest of the cards. It is a probability for some of you there. But yeah, overall, these are the details that I see happening in your year. Could we get, and please take timing with a grain of salt, but I'm gonna try to find out when you can expect this whole thing to begin, at least with this meeting, right? When can pile number 1 expect this to happen, please? 7 of Cups. You're not gonna know. Don't even try to imagine ghosts. It's got to happen organically. I think it's gonna happen when you're not even aware of it. You're not gonna guess. You're not gonna know. It's all up in the clouds. You're gonna find out when you're supposed to. Sorry about that, my dear pile number 1, but that is exactly what I see. All in all, by the way, I just want to tell you something with the Awaz rune. This is the yew tree, and so you will feel very calm with this person. Whether there is lack of calmness from their family, but with them, there's a lot of tranquility and calmness and peacefulness. Also a spiritual connection. But again, a spiritual connection does not mean that these are not reasons for you to endure something you don't like. Use your discernment and decide. And you will either completely unlock it or completely close it down forever. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at your love life in the next year, starting now, what to expect and what to prepare for. These are the decks that I'm planning to use in your reading. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them down in the description box for you guys. But very quickly, before we begin, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Carnelian. Your significator card is the wisdom aspect of Aries with the keyword immediacy. It says fireworks burn bright and fade away. So that's the significator card. We'll see what this is all about. If you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Virgo, Libra, Capricorn, and Pisces. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Let's now create space. I think everything is ready for us to begin. So, you've got the Manaz rune with the keyword weaver. Interesting, because the Manaz is interconnectedness. So that's gives me a lot of ideas, but I'm going to wait. It says humanity, tribe, collective consciousness. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, collective consciousness is brilliant. I didn't think about it from that perspective before. Brilliant. I'm going to keep that in mind. So you've got aggressor. And you've got wealthy man. Okay, now let's take a look at your tarot cards. So we have a full picture, at least the first row. You've got the Ten of Swords. Okay. Oh, look at that sliding out. You've got the Six of Cups. I'm going to give you the same disclaimer that I gave pile number 1. This is a reading for everyone, whether you're single, in a relationship, coming out of a relationship. So I'm going to tell you, read by the energies of the card. And as I do with every other reading, if I find, as I translate the energy, it could translate as if you're being single, it means this. And if you're in a relationship, it means that. I will do that. But if it's like clearly pointing to a specific energy, like, oh my God, this reading is about a person that's already in your life, or this reading is actually talking about someone new, I'm actually going to tell you that. And and maybe you want to check another pile in that case. Okay, so that's the disclaimer. And let's take a look at your cards. So you also have the Queen of Swords, the Moon card, the Justice card, you've got the Death card, the Ten of Cups, as well as the Three of Swords. Now, this card moved. I'm going to keep it here, which is great because it's helping us with the mystery of the moon here. What is that? Ooh, the Six of Swords, taking a leap of faith on something. Very interesting. What's going on here? Yeah, there's definitely a lot of activity going on this year when it comes to your love life. Where do I begin? My God. Where do I begin? It's to be honest, this reading is full of events happening, like woo, 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 woo. My God, yeah, the fireworks is definitely explaining it all. So much going on. It's like a roller coaster this year for you, starting now throughout the next year, throughout the year. Yeah, let me see somewhere to begin this. Oh, look at that. Back and forth between the heart and the mind. Okay, well, starting off somewhere, it looks like there is the energy of someone in your life who is going back and forth about something. Look, this is a wealthy person. So maybe the back and forth, especially with the mind, is a tension between. But a tension also makes me hear the word attention. So you might already be with or going to meet someone who you will like look at that fireworks. It's going to be, especially in the beginning, all like fireworks. But the thing here with this person is that they might be very busy. And as much as they love to be with you, their heart's all in, but also the feather, whatever's on their minds is also all in. They're also all in with that. And there's tension, perhaps for attention. That's what I'm seeing. Could this be the energy of someone else in the connection? Perhaps it could be different for everyone listening, but I'm sure that if you don't allow that type of energy in your life, it's not going to be present, right? Like you're not going to be pulling and pushing if this is something that you don't believe in. And so I just want to make it clear, because sometimes when I read the comments, I find that others weren't able to follow the reading because of maybe sometimes my idea was not presented clearly. So this could be someone you care about, and there could be an energy of someone else, and there's some tension going on. Or it could be someone who has their business, their work, because it does show us a wealthy person. Man is just an energy, by the way. So a wealthy person showing up in your life. This could be new. This could be someone already in your life. They're busy. They could be so busy that they're not even home most of the time. They could be traveling a lot. And it could be something that may be painful for you. There's the ship. There is the plane. So there's the divided attention for sure. I'm sure. That's one thing I'm sure of. And I don't think you are really happy with that. Because you're split between two energies. I think the heart and the mind also. The heart, I think you really like this person also, just as much as they like you. There's equal here. There's balance, equal between the two of you. And so to you, you're really enjoying the connection, but the other part of you seems to be unhappy with the tension here. I think you are asking them. There's a conversation here in the mind with the Six of Swords. I think there is a conversation about taking some form of leap of faith. Is it you taking a leap of faith in them? Or is it them taking a leap of faith into maybe they're afraid to leave, to let go of some time when it comes to maybe their jobs, and there's a conversation of, hey, take a leap of faith. I mean, you can work hard, but you can also enjoy life a little, perhaps. But there's a transition towards, Six of Swords is a transition towards taking a leap of faith. I do have good news for you. Six of Swords is moving from tumultuous waters to calmer waters, and the reading begins with tumultuous waters. So I do, in fact, see a transformation. This is the Death card, a transformation, more freedom in this relationship. From more tumultuous times to calmer times. It is going to happen. The tumultuous waters and the pain that I'm seeing in your reading comes from intensity with Aries. I feel like they feel so intense about you. You feel so intense about them. But there's a frustration energy. They also care about, I'm gonna have to be bold and say, about their work and their money, with wealthy man showing up here. And you care about something else. I guess it's in the heart. It's a love reading, right? Maybe you care. You don't want to divide attention between you and something else. And so there's where the tumultuous water rises. The discussion, maybe. The pain as well with the Ten of Swords. There's a lot of pain there. I think with aggressor, I gotta be frank with you. I think this is talking about some, this is Aries, some wild, or not wild, but very strong, strong expression of emotions. Dare I say a little bit of shouting of, you don't care about me, maybe, or, but I want to, I just can't be there, kind of energy. Yeah, you want to be careful with that. Not that anything is going to happen to you or to them. That's not what I mean. But I mean, you want to be careful because you don't want to go there, right? You don't want it to be that you don't want that rage to happen. That's just an advice. I don't see it in the cards. Perhaps the cards are showing it to you so that you are able to communicate maybe more effectively. But all said and done, there will be a transformation. There will be a smooth transition from maybe you having strong emotional conversations with the water to express your minds, to finding a calmer, more balanced way to discuss things, as well as calm resolution to somehow one of you taking a leap of faith, and that is going to transform this connection. There is like this cocoon time, or let's say the chrysalis for the butterfly time, for this connection to form. So when it begins, that's not the end of it. I mean, that's not the form of it yet. Which is great, because every healthy relationship forms through time. So it's great that you're getting to that state, and it means that you will care a great deal about each other to actually go through all of this rage and figure out a way to communicate better and take a leap of faith to transform this relationship and be free to let it fly in the way that it wants, right? These initial butterflies in the stomach actually fly and be free and enjoy the relationship. It does lead to the Ten of Cups, as you can see. So by time this relationship is going to grow, that's the Six of Cups. It is going to grow, and it's going to go to a very happy place with the Ten of Cups. Does it mean that there is that it will be void of time apart? Is this representing one or the other, or both maybe having to travel back and forth? No, it's not going to be void of that. Is it going to be void of some time apart sometimes? No, it's not going to be void of that. But you learn how to deal efficiently with that. And instead of it providing pain with the Three of Swords, you are finding ways to be happy. Because look at this figure, is waiting. But it's the Ten of Cups. They're happy. So there's a little bit of waiting sometimes as for time apart, which I think seems to be the thing for most of you here. But there's now happiness. both understand each other's lives better. You understand what to expect. You understand how to deal with each other. So things like, for example, I would guess, although we are going to expand on the Six of Swords here, that seems to be the dividing part between the old and the new, especially in the time where you feel like you don't know how it's gonna go, and maybe a little bit of spying on each other, which could mean that there's a little bit of time when you're not talking as well. That's there. But at the end of the day, after all said and done, you have both. You would have both reached a happy place. Yes, there is a waiting time. There is, both of you have to wait on something. Some on time, one for time, the other to be like waiting to make sure you're okay, for example, to go through with something. So that exactly takes me to the example I was going to tell you here, and that is something like that reminds me of, hey, maybe I have to travel a lot. For example, if we're going to take things literal, I have to travel a lot for my work. But anytime that you send me things like urgent, or you call me a second time, this means I have to pick up no matter what. So I will make everything wait and make sure you I talk to you, because now it means it's important. But at the same time, you know that if I don't happen to answer the first time, it means that I'm in an important meeting. I don't know, like these are just guesses. It's just what it reminds me of as I look at the cards here intuitively. That doesn't have to be the scenario at all. It could be something totally out of the box that I'm not seeing. But it's something energetically along these lines. It doesn't have to be the exact example, but it could be something along the lines of figuring things out together and seeing how to be very happy within the current confinements of what this relationship is presenting. So I would say collective conscious, in my opinion, especially with the Manaz rune, first it's interconnectedness and interdependence. So there's something about learning to communicate better with each other, learning to connect both of your lives together in a way that's not competing with each other, but more working in harmony together. Also with the collective conscious, it's like raising each other's consciousness about, in general, how to understand other people, how to understand tricky situations, and how to deal with them, like raising your consciousness. It does require a leap of faith, which we will look into, but I will take you to the part which I mentioned by the by as I was putting the whole image together. So there's a waiting time here. I think there might come a time during the year where you may be in the dark a little bit, both of you. You don't know what you're doing, but in your hearts, this is not over at all, far from over. Here you can see a figure in the moon, which means that this relationship is very much alive, although maybe it's pretending not to be. So there's a little bit of a navigation in the night, like you're not talking, maybe things got a little bit riled up. You're not talking to each other, but you're having to guess, what is this person doing? Are they checking on me? Am I checking? Should I check on them? There's definitely a lot of spying and a lot of focus, obsessive focus even. Each one trying to figure out what the other person is doing. And like I told you, the relationship is very much alive. Look, this relationship is very intense. This is Aries here. And there will be a lot of butterflies, a lot of passion. It's a fire sign. A lot of intense emotions here. So this doesn't come across as a person who is busy and doesn't care. This comes across as a person who is busy but cares a lot. There's a lot of passion. And on your side, you might like be unhappy, but also you too come across as someone who cares a lot. I just noticed for the very first time in my life that there is a time here. I never saw that. Do you see that? I think for one of you, it could be interchangeable, by the way. Maybe you're the wealthy one and the other person is the one who cares about time. But there are two energies. Someone who cares about something important to them, something that they feel is abundant in their lives. The other person cares about time. That seems to be the strong energies in your reading throughout the year, at least in its very beginning, or maybe throughout. And it's something that you two will figure out for sure. So I am seeing that you do care a lot about each other, and there will be a time where you're not talking. After that time, we get a quick idea that there will be calmer communication, calmer thoughts as you understand each other better. Your thoughts are becoming calmer, and you are finding great balance between the two. What each one of you cares about and your love and passion for each other. So, like I promised, let's expand more on the Six of Swords, actually on these three cards together. The time when you're not speaking to each other, the time when you're now calmer and able to discuss things with each other. What is this leap of faith, and how are you resolving the situation to find the balance where it will be the beginning point of how this relationship starts transforming, becoming free, and finally get to enjoy each other without its initial limitations. I also want to tell you something here. It does say the present is all you have, so live in it. By focusing on the past or the future, you may be missing the point. Staying present can dissolve fear and worry. Try to do one small thing to center yourself each day. I actually started seeing a lot of things here. But the first initial thing that I wanted to tell you with that was that when it says the present is all you have, so live in it, it makes me feel like there are phases in this relationship. There is this phase of fireworks, butterflies, intense emotions, the surge of endorphins, is it? Or is it the other one? Endorphins and... can't remember the other hormone. Endorphins and whatever. I'm very sorry. I can't remember. I know it, of course. I just can't remember its name now. But there's the surge of hormones and emotions being released, and you're so happy in the moment. As things develop, as you know, I'm sure, the relationship starts becoming beautiful in another form. That does not mean there's no love. It means the real love. It moves from that to this phase, and that's very healthy, because if we stay in that phase of your brain throwing out endorphins all day long, you will be burned out. It's not a healthy state to stay in. So I see a natural transition from this hit of endorphin stage to genuine, they're forming deep love for each other, learning to value each other more, learning that there's more profound, deeper love than that. The ultimate happiness with the 10 of Cups. So there is a healthy transition, beautiful, healthy transition. There are honest, deep emotions in this connection. And so it is saying, enjoy each phase as it is. The present is all you have. Each phase will have something so beautiful. So I would think your reading is saying, while it is very healthy that you experience the feedback that your mind is giving you, yes, you want to spend more time with this person, or yes, you want to you don't want to have whatever sort of stress that is with this person. That is important. You must figure it out. But don't spend most of your energy there. Enjoy these beautiful moments. Make use of them. Like, don't spend most of your energy upset or I would say angry. While of course it's important that you express your emotions, don't suppress them. It's important that you express your concerns for each other. It's important to like try to find a middle ground, and where there's each one is pulling for power in the beginning, like that's important to me, that's important to me. That has to happen so that you understand each other better. Either you choose to let go, or you choose to learn how to find that middle ground that is important for you both, which you will find. But at the same time, don't make all of that take most of the time from the beautiful part of the relationship in the beginning. Try to find a middle ground of expressing what's important for you, and that's your way of preparing for a connection like that. To find a middle ground to discuss things, but also find peace within. Try to find a way to calm your raging mind and emotions during special moments. Don't miss out on them, especially with someone who will genuinely have strong emotions for you too. And try to raise, I would say, your conscious levels by not letting your emotions interfere in times where you know that it's an important time. That would be the advice I'm seeing in your cards. Don't cancel this, don't cancel that. Don't cancel the important discussions, setting your boundaries, but don't miss the important and beautiful moments that you will always remember. And this is showing that not living in the present, when you look back, you will say, I wish I had enjoyed that moment. Or maybe a time like that where you would feel, that was a beautiful moment to enjoy. And I think I let my emotions get the best out of me in that moment, and I could have enjoyed something so sweet. So be discerning is all I am trying to say. Because it does look to me like there are strong emotions with even how you express, one of you, both of you, your emotions, and you may regret even that later. So the preparation would be what I explained here, as I see, and also the preparation is express your emotions, but try to have more control over how you express them. It might take you there faster, so. And it's always healthy. It's always healthy to not let our emotions and mind drive us, but to grow spiritually into respecting what we think, but driving our vehicle instead of our vehicle driving us. Okay, so sorry. Let's get into the expansion. Or I am sorry. I don't want to, of course, keep you waiting for your question, but it's important for me to express what I see so that you have a full, wholesome reading of your year, and not forget to tell you some things that you may want to hear. The expansion on this part, this off time and the transition and finding the balance. What's going on there, please, for pile number 2. What's going on there? Ooh la la, Queen of Pentacles. You've got the Knight of Swords. I want to say there's fancy traveling here. There's fancy traveling. You've got the Tower card. Maybe, I think, like, it's easier for me to read the cards if I see this as other, this as you, but that's just me reading it. You don't have to take it that way at all. As you look at the cards, what's what. And in my opinion, it just makes it easier for me to read energy and not like try to put gender or anything. Okay. So you've got the Tower card here. You've got the Five of Cups. Interesting. Very interesting Five of Cups. Oh, look at that. Very, very cool. And you've got the Hanged Man. So I think this is going to happen during a travel. When you or them traveling. Again, with the Pentacles, it is traveling traveling to achieve one's dreams. Could be you, could be them. It could be in any energy. Traveling to enjoy dreams, to create dreams and make them happen. I think during the flight, that's why I've got the Three of Swords in the flight. So during one of the trips that either you or this person will be taking, a fight will arise. Something along the lines of what we've been seeing. It's going to be a strong one, it seems. And it might lead to what you two will call breakup. But we've here seen that it's not really a breakup. But it's gonna be tough. It's not gonna be a nice experience, the conversation here, and I'm so sorry about that. It's not easy for any of you, by the way. Neither you nor them. And there will be cutting throat words with the Knight of Swords. Each one saying exactly what they think in the way, raw, no like trying to say it maybe in a respectful way or anything like that. This is like this, that, this, that. I would say with the Tower card, an initial breakup here. So that's exactly how it's happening, it seems. But that's showing us also that this will lead to, with the Tower card, a lot of enlightenment. Rough words, raw, but super enlightening. For both of you, actually. Because each one has said rough words, each one has raw, and each one said the truth and left. Causing the very thing you both didn't want, because there's intense emotions here. Strong love and strong depart. Super enlightening. If someone wasn't listening before, that's the moment both will listen here. Each one reflecting. So that's what's going on. Each one super reflecting with the enlightenment here. Each one in that moment starting to realize the truth that they have not been seeing, perhaps leading later to that balance. Each one seeing another side they have not been seeing. And we can see here from the shadow to the light, there is a time of being in the dark, not seeing, not knowing about each other very much. But it's going to be a sad time. Not just one, for both. The Five of Cups is like dropping things. It's a card of pain, sadness, disappointment, crying over the past, crying over spilt milk. So there's a lot of crying on both sides. And feeling like both of you lost something huge, substantial. Not over it. Not wanting to look in any other direction but this direction. Crying over the past and not wanting to move on, which is the impression I got here. Checking up on each other in secret. Spying on each other. And you can see here the Hanged Man showing that transition. The Hanged Man is what? Things going the other way around and reaching enlightenment. The Hanged Man represents experiencing a different energy to be able to understand the opposite energy. Like, for example, we won't understand the concept of light until we experience darkness, right? Not understand love or even the value of love until we experience the lack of love. And so that's what the hangman teaches us at a time where each experiences the opposite or goes the other direction to finally be illuminated and understand something. And that, I think, will be both of you. Could it be one more so than the other? It could be. But definitely both receive a deep understanding about something. Because even if someone is mostly right, they're not 100% right. So while right is on their side, how they receive the right or how they respond to the right could be something they want to reflect on, for example. So there's a huge reflection going on here from both sides. But it's also leading to things changing completely. I forgot to tell you why. Why I was impressed by the Five of Cups system. We're not done with this card. These are sunflowers. And it looks like the sun's coming out and the sunflowers are starting to look up again towards the sun. So there's hope. There is things changing here. And thus the Hanged Man. There's something about taking a leap of faith here. One of you is going to take a leap of faith, take a risk. In that case, the Six of Swords is risk to contact the other. Okay, so someone's taking a risk here to contact the other. It's scary for that person who's going to do it. It feels like they're falling off a building doing it. But this person, one of you, will be doing that. But it's going to work out beautiful with whoever is doing that. It's going to feel so positive again. It's going to feel so beautiful, so warm, so nice. This time, there's a little bit of tiptoeing, which is very different from that old energy. This is more calmer, sharing the mind calmly. This is more like discussing things, sharing your mind, gently saying what's on your mind, gently being careful to find balance so that both sides are holding on and making it safe. Like, let's symbolize the relationship as this board. Each one now holding it well, making sure that the relationship is stable for both. Making it safe to fall in love again or to continue falling in love again, you see? And so there is a lot of, hey, is this good for you? Yeah, I think this. But I don't like, oh, okay, well, how can we do it so that it's fair for me and you? Let's do this, let's do that. There's a lot of calmer discussions with this time around. There's positive. See, this time, something revived. It's almost like the heart was dying and it revived. There is emotions, a lot of emotions. Healing with this specific Five of Cups. There's a lot of, oh my God, I found the sun again. I feel so good about this again. And none of you want to go back to this dark place. There's more appreciation, as if it wasn't there before, but there's more now. Appreciation to keeping things calm and stable. and safe. And I think this is sort of the phase where you go from individuation, me, to us. That's more important. How can we make us happy? And you are going to figure it out. You can see here, you find the balance between the heart and what's valuable to both of you. On one side, communication, time, respect, this, that, and the other. For this person, same things, or maybe other things like their dreams, this, that. Finding a middle ground, but a middle ground that is fair and works for the two of you. And there is the chrysalis, the transformation from where the relationship moves from the caterpillar phase to the butterfly. And the cocoon is the time where there's darkness, but things are transforming. There's a deep understanding within you guys first before it shows up on the outside. That had to happen on the inside first for it to be able to show up on the outside. A deep understanding, raising of consciousness. And so you will be connected through consciousness during the time where there's a raise of awareness on the importance of the things each one was discussing before during that downtime. The relationship, as you can see, becomes free. It's to grow and to experience love and freedom and joy. Moving towards joy, free to express its joy, because the Ten of Cups is feeling elated. I think you two are going to be very happy together, despite the sort of patience that you are learning to accommodate to, especially during the away time from each other. And this is exactly what I see in your reading. If we think about timing, when is this all going to begin? Please take timing with a grain of salt. But I'm seeing a lot of threes here next to Aries. So maybe this is like March, because Aries begins in March. Somewhere around March, I would guess. So, my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. See, you're learning to weave your lives together into something beautiful. Okay, bye! Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at your love life in the next year. We're going to be seeing what you can expect and what to prepare for. Oh, thanks. This reading begins from now, as you watch this reading throughout the year, or let's say 1 year from now up to a year. And these are the decks that I'll be using. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them down in the description box for you guys. A lot of you ask me frequently what the names of these decks are. So this is where you'll find them. And very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Labradorite. Your significator card is Chiron with the keyword healing. It also says rolling out a carpet over the mud. Okay, we'll see how this fits into the reading today. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Sagittarius, Aries, Taurus, and Cancer. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. All right, so let's get straight into it and check out the cards. So you've got the Peroth rune in reverse with secrets, hidden truths, and risks. Okay. You've got Oh, look at that. Looks like there maybe an accident or something. We'll see how this fits into your reading. You've got gathering aid. No accident happened. It's just like a strong brakes. So I'll take that into consideration. You've got gathering aid. No. And you've got child. Okay. Let's now pull out your tarot cards, and I'll tell you the same thing I told the other piles. There are different energies when we take a look at a love reading. Some of you are single, some of you are already in a relationship, some of you may not be in a relationship, but there's like something special going on, like a crush or something. So I will actually take that. I will keep all of this into consideration as I read the cards. If I feel like the cards could be giving out the different energies, at the end of the day, when reading cards, we are reading energies. I will be making sure to read in these different directions to make sure that everybody drawn to this pile can listen to their reading. But if I see a specific type of reading, very strong energy of, for example, this is a person who's already in your life, I will let you know, or this is like super focus on a new person coming in, I will also let you know. But other than that, I will be reading it in different ways, or at least in a neutral way where you'll be able to okay, I just wanted to check which way it is. In a neutral way, will you be able to follow up no matter what the situation is? Like mostly follow up. Okay, so that's the disclaimer. Let's check out your cards. Wow, starting off with a star card. This is lovely. Okay. 2 hands. Okay, you've got the 10 of Wands. Okay, that's cool. It's taking a different direction than what I initially thought. You've got the 6 of Swords. Cool, okay. That's definitely confirming the new direction I'm seeing. You've got, oh, yes, absolutely. You've got the Judgment card. You've got the Justice card. The Hierophant. Something is becoming official here. All right, and you've got, ooh, the Page of Cups with love you. So sweet. I love this Page of Cups. Okay, so I'm a bit confused, to be honest, between the fact. I'm confused because I want to know if this is definitely talking about a long-term relationship. Like if you're already in a relationship, you're in the reading. I just want to check. Is this talking about a new relationship? Also, are they involved in the reading? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, so everybody's here. Cool. All right. Let's check out your reading. What is this saying? The healing. For if you're single, healing means you're healing an old wound. Perhaps that was keeping. Oh, I get it. Okay. I get it. So, whether you're in a relationship or not, you seem to have in this pile a strong wound when it comes to relationships in general, and it has kept you hostage. Some of you, it kept you hostage of staying alone. Some of you, it has kept you hostage in maybe relationships that you don't like. Some of you have kept you from enjoying the relationship that you're already in. It doesn't matter what exactly happened, but what matters is that it looks like there is now some strong healing and freedom going on when it comes to your relationships in the next year. This is the year with the Star card where you're finally going to have your wish come true when it comes to relationships. I feel like as you understand yourself better and understand what lies beneath this carpet, the secrets, the hidden truths, the things you weren't seeing, that your pain was covering up for you is allowing you to understand yourself better, understand the direction in which you want to take when it comes to relationship, because that's changing a lot. And it liberates you from old ways of judging things and thinking about things. Your mind with the Six of Swords, as it heals and moves from this dark place to a much calmer place, you're able to take yourself out of the heaviness that you usually experience when it comes to relationships. And as a result, I see something serious happening in your life next year, in the year we're doing the reading about. From now up until a year from now, there will be love in your life for sure, and there is something even becoming official here. Gathering 8, whether this is you seeking help, talking to an expert, or you getting your guidance, you thinking about things well, there's something about you healing your inner child. That's very strong in this reading here. You healing your inner child, you liberating your inner child, taking care of your inner child first before you're able to take care of any relationship. It's kind of like putting the mask on before you put a mask on anyone else. And we usually say put on your mask first, then help your children. I feel like you're putting the mask on your inner child first before you're able to deal with anyone else. There seems to be something about you working so much on yourself. Maybe you already are working so much on yourself. And it's something clicks here next year. You're absolutely liberated. You find yourself. Finding yourself is everything when it comes to your relationships next year. This will change the dynamics, the way you approach relationships. With Gathering 8, you're helping yourself first before you think about how you can help others, how you can please others. Pleasing yourself first before you're able to please others. Giving to yourself first before you're able to give to others. And that's key. There's a healthy, beautiful relationships that is starting next year, that's quickly becoming serious. It doesn't appear to me like something that's becoming serious because it's rushed. The Hierophant shows that there's a lot of studying, there's a lot of respect, there's a lot of knowing when it comes to the person that you will be with next year. So much so that you kind of understand that very well, without question, that this is in fact the right person. And so it looks like you're deciding to, you see the ring here, you're deciding to commit. You know that's the right thing, and looks like you're not wasting time here. Okay, so let's read your significator card, what it says. It says, sometimes old wounds become forgotten. That's exactly what's happened. It's not like forgotten in your case. It's like healed. They're not affecting you anymore. But let's continue reading. Sometimes old wounds become forgotten. But that doesn't mean they're not there. Roll back the carpet and delve into the muck. Only by doing so can you heal and move forward. And this is honestly what I'm seeing. You're removing the carpet. You're dealing with the things that you didn't want to deal with for a long time. Maybe it was painful. Maybe you didn't want to see this part about yourself. Maybe you wanted to cover it up because you wanted to enjoy relationships or anything else in your life, and you didn't want to deal with that now. But it doesn't look like that. There's a healthy inner child here, and I think you were able to seek help one way or the other. And you grew a lot, and you helped your inner child heal a lot. The Star card is also the card of healing. So there's healing the self. You see how the hands are positioned, healing the heart, healing the self. This is a year where you are first and foremost, before we talk about love, and we'll get there, I promise, but I have to share what I'm seeing here. This is a year that will begin, it seems, by you uncovering so many truths about yourself that maybe you didn't want to see about yourself, like things you're ashamed of that you didn't want to admit, things that you didn't know about yourself, that starts coming out as you seek help, or as you delve into why you feel the way that you do to heal yourself. I think in this pile, you're very focused on finding yourself first. That's very evident here. Yes, you care about relationships, obviously, but you care more about your healing journey. And I think you're coming to a good place next year. There's a lot of uncovering, a lot of things that may not look so pretty when they come out, but boy, are they going to cleanse that energy your inner child had to deal with for so long. It's time that your inner child lives in a healthy, welcoming, beautiful, loving environment. So perhaps this is why we saw the breaks. I feel like there's a little bit of a break when it comes to relationships in the beginning of your year. You're like, you could be in a break from someone in your life, or you could be pressing on the brakes, and you've been pressing on it for a long time. You're hitting the brake, and you've been hitting the brake for a long time, perhaps, or some time. But that hitting on the brake is ending. You're nearly there, but it makes me feel like your ending journey is the heaviest. It's the heaviest because it is when all of the, let's say respectfully, gunk comes out of the past experiences. It's heavy as you release it and become free of it. Every single thing that you clear out and that is hard for you to look at or discuss or deal with or acknowledge and actually start to deal with may feel super heavy, but each one of them will be like cutting a part of the rope that has been holding you hostage in many areas of your life, including love, for either so long, or I would say seeing the child, for nearly all of your life. And you can see progress calmly coming out of that heavy space, clearing, your mind's clearing, the way you feel is clearing, your inner child's healing. So this is really good. Next year is the year of healing. Can you see? You're mostly out, if not totally out. Like, I can say, total healing, restoration, finding the light, discovering so many things about with the pictures here, about your past, understanding why you used to think the way you do about things, the way you used to do things, understanding why you felt a certain way when you did that, understanding how to deal with these memories and old triggers and old feelings. There's this aha moment constantly, and with each aha moment and with each progress that you make, you grow and you become less tied back by your emotions that seem to be controlling things in the background, no matter how pretty you made it look in the forefront. Now, the interesting part about your reading is that you suddenly move from all of that taking care of yourself and growing to poop, someone suddenly appearing, and we're like, that person even is not here, is like sudden commitment here. What? So I feel like your cards are definitely showing us a sudden transition from healing yourself to something beginning sweet, and it right away becomes serious. And I feel like with the Perroth rune here with the secrets in reverse, like this person is appearing out of the blue. Like, what? So let's get more information about that. What's all that? And let's now explore the important part of your reading. Not that the other part wasn't important. Obviously, your guides were very much focused when it talks about your relationships next year on yourself first, putting on the mask first. But let's explore the part where we're all here for, right? The relationship part. So what are these two cards showing? Eight of Pentacles and the High Priestess. The High Priestess shows us two things. First of all, this is going to be a highly spiritual connection. This is why this part exists. I feel like it's showing an inner knowing, a deep inner knowing and understanding that you are the right people for each other, that you get each other so much. And there is something also with the Eight of Pentacles about how each one of you has worked so hard on themselves. This is the card of mastery. And it makes me feel like these are two people who learned with the Hierophant, two sides, two people who worked very much on themselves, reached a level of inner mastery, that your relationship seems to flow so easily, so naturally, very decent. It has all of the right balanced elements and it's just working well. There's a lot of innocence in this new connection. Child, Page of Cups. I feel like there's a lot of young energy, innocence, coming from a very good place. There's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of play, but boy, a lot of maturity as well. Beautiful balance, I must say. So yeah, it feels highly spiritual. It feels highly developed, highly elevated, highly elevated. Both of you kind of naturally know what to do with the mastery here. You're not making the newbie mistakes and I don't want to say mistakes either. Both words came out wrong. You're not challenging each other with indecent, or it's not the right word again. You're not challenging each other with rookie. Yes, I will say mistakes. Rookie mistakes and challenges that people do towards each other. I think both of you understand the consequences of things. Like, if I don't respect my partner even when I don't feel good, these are the consequences, and I don't choose to do that. If I'm not loyal to my partner, these are the consequences, and I don't choose to do that. So, not that any of you wants to disrespect or not be loyal, but from that energy, I don't see anything like that. But you know what I mean. All I'm trying to say is that two people who have mastered themselves, and it looks like all that's left is really love. You're able to freely enjoy that energy because there's a lot of maturity, a lot of commitment, a lot of inner work constantly going on between these two, you and them. And I think you've got each other here. You've got each other. You're there gathering aid. You're there for each other. And you're only able to do all of that because it seems like both of you have gone through a lot of inner healing. And that's why your year is, like your reading is so focused on how you're getting there as well. You're getting there, someone's getting there, you're meeting each other when you both can handle each other, can hold each other's hands well. So beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, let's now explore the relationship itself. I think we can push these to the side just a little bit so we have some more space down there to explore. So you've got the Ace of Swords. Now we're gonna take a look at how this starts, or the beginning of this beautiful connection. Maybe this is someone already in your life. You've been in a break and then something starts, and it starts off right. Right, so you've got the King of Swords. So this doesn't have to be meeting. This is like maybe you going back to each other, helping each other as you reflect and grow, right? If you are already in a relationship. And there's a time where you're really dealing with yourself. Everything, as you heard, dealing with yourself before you deal with this person. And there's a lot of growth and commitment here. So it's the same thing, just this slight difference. Okay, so Ace of Swords, King of Swords, you've got the Hanged Man. Wow. You've got the Six of Wands. And let's pull out one more card. And the Magician. Definitely a relationship full of magic and great success from the beginning. Like there's a lot of love, there's a lot of things going right, there's a lot of, oh my God, that's exactly the person I'm looking for. Oh my God, like live, like the happening right away, you know, happening in the moment. So how does this relationship begin? I'll read it in case you are single, and I'll read it in case you are already in a relationship. So if you are single, how is it beginning? First of all, you can see the symbolism here. It first begins by when the moment it begins. Do you see that? The moment I wanna say it the right way. You untie the very thoughts and emotions that have been holding you back. Remember, we said they were holding you hostage. So there's something about, remember when I told you right away, there's something about when you are out and you find your aha moments and you grow, that during that time of your life, like these days in which you just grew, just healed, just understood how to do things, just started to do things differently, there's like you've released that control from your mind and your body. You're free now to be yourself. Something serious here begins. It begins right away. That's what I believe the Ace of Swords is showing us. So how does it begin? I'll actually do it the other way around. If you're already in a relationship, it begins through communication, intellectual communication. Two people very well spoken with the King of Swords. And through civil, intelligent conversation, you're able to shift things around now between the two of you. Come together again. See beyond the illusions of the past situation that you were already in, and see things from the different perspective now as you speak to each other from that place. You can see that things start working out for the first time between you in that beautiful way. It's like you become, with Miss Universe here, I think, you become that winner couple right away. Some magic starts happening between the two of you, and I think this is a beautiful relationship that will continue for the rest of your life. It's something else now. Now, if you are single, I will say this is going to begin again through cerebral conversation between you and someone, whether this is at work or you met someone new or someone in your life, maybe you're on the phone. And I think through the exchange of the different opinions and the clarity of thought and how you're able to intelligently communicate with each other and show each other respectfully different point of views, that you will just know in the moment, both you and them, oh my God, this is the right person. Oh my God, I'm in love. Oh my God, what an awesome person. There's this taking your each other's breath away as you talk to each other in this mature, intelligent way. Magic just starts happening right away. I almost feel like this is saying, did you see the infinity here? It's almost like a conversation begins and it never ends. It just doesn't end. Once it starts, these two are going to continue to speak to each other forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You know, the stories of the two people who met each other on that day and they've been inseparable since that day? Like inseparable since that day? You know these stories? This is what you remind me of here. This is why there is an instant connection here. During that time when you found yourself and you've healed, somehow there is a new conversation happening between you, and so you might meet someone new, Ace of Swords, and you might strike up a conversation with them, or they you. And the twists, the ups and downs in your conversation, how it flows and how it's beautiful, and the aha moments you give to each other. It looks to me like it's a conversation that's just not going to stop. You like for example, if this is a party, you meet them in the party, you talk and you talk. One of you drives the other person home and you talk and you talk and you're like, we can't sit in the car for long. How about we exchange numbers? Yeah, let's do that. You exchange numbers, you go back home and you're still talking and talking and talking. You sleep, you're like, okay, we'll gotta go to work. You go to work, you come back, you're already talking and talking. Hey, let's meet, talking. You get my point. So it looks like a conversation that began and never stopped, all the way up until a serious commitment. And I see it moving from one to the other quickly, like you becoming things like official, and then engagement, and then maybe even marriage. Who knows? This, that. There's like serious commitment going on. It's like two people who just know very well that this is so beautiful, so innocent. Right away, you can see that there aren't any malintentions, that this is two people acting from their genuine hearts. No games, no guessing, no what are you trying to say? Very clear, very, just like the way two children make friends, Hey, would you like to be my friend? Love to be your friend. Let's go. Yay! And they say that childhood friendship is the best because it developed and grew in a time when at this age there weren't the opportunity to learn and understand yet the sophistication of things like manipulation, how to create and hold lies, how to have bad intentions, so to speak, to that extent towards each other. And so trust grows and it becomes something so valuable that even when people learn these things, they don't want to affect this beautiful relationship. They see how beautiful it is and they don't play this game there. They separate it. So the childhood relationship continues to be more or less for a lot of people, not for everyone, of course, but in that functioning from that place because it was built from that place. I digress. I want to say that just like children, there's like this pure intentions, pure love, not tainted by anything else. And that's why it just develops beautifully the way I see it developing in your reading. Yeah, and that's why healing is so important. If people look at you and go, wow, what a beautiful couple, it's because this, it's because that. Really, it genuinely is because each one has worked on themselves and decided to be a better person for themselves first. And when you're able to give yourself, you're able to give others for sure. Okay, well, I think your reading was pretty generous. It gave us a lot of details. It showed us what you will be preparing for, actually, exactly what we asked for what to expect. I think the last thing that we need to do is to boldly ask for a date. Remember, I will pull out a card for a date. Like when you will be meeting this person, like when is, like specifically this time right there. When is it gonna be? But as I always tell you, please take timing with a grain of salt. It's a very specific energy, and maybe I didn't read it correctly, right? That specific detail. So don't cancel out your reading and what your guides are showing you just because I may not have picked up on a detail correctly. And I like to give the dates, although I don't want to like attach hope because you guys always ask me about it, but I'm kindly requesting that you take this with a grain of salt and let the energy play out the way it's meant to be. So timing, Page of Pentacles, sale, lemonade. It's during a time when there is a great sale. That's what because there's a business here. There's a time when there's a great sale. Like, for example, things like Black Friday, Christmas sales. What else? When else? Like if you have specific sales during your country that you know about, like where there is usually sales, everybody knows about them. These are the ones I can think of: Black Friday, Christmas time. Yeah. So look out for a time when there is big sale. This is the time. Do you see the lemonade? This is the time when you will turn this bitter energy into lemonade. And Page of Pentacles, will you start a new page with yourself first. And thus, it will result to a new page with someone else. So, it will show in your energy, you know? It will show in your energy. This was your reading, my dear pile number 3. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. I genuinely enjoyed your reading. It's so beautiful. Wishing you the best of luck with your healing and with your coming relationship. May you have a wonderful life with this person. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!